hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
What's going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing my recap of episode 4 and 5 of Young, Famous, and African. Before I get started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about the series and the 2 episodes I'm going to be reviewing so far. So this series, because I watched it to the end, y'all. I watched it to the end. And it's not a lot of my subscribers that's watching this series, but I'm telling y'all, if y'all see this video and y'all not watching the series, watch the series and come back to these reviews, because I'm telling you, like, it's the bomb mother.com. So it starts off with this whole party or whatever that they have, and Zari ends up putting up Zara, the boss lady. The boss lady. I love when she says that. She was just like, how is it my fault that your man wants to talk to the boss lady? Like, that's iconic as fuck. Like, you can tell me anything. So I think her pulling aside Annie's husband without Annie was inappropriate. That was number one. Okay. Number two, you gonna talk to her husband about Annie. That's even more inappropriate. Like, I don't know why she thought that was a cool thing and that was okay to do, because it made her look kind of crazy. It made her look really, really crazy. And not even that, some of the stuff she was saying too, after she was talking to Annie's husband, she's just like, oh, the other day when Annie called you on FaceTime and was passing the phone around to everybody, and they passed the phone around to me, and you said you want to speak to Zari, the boss lady. I said, okay, I talked to the boss lady. And your wife, she's very insecure. She started to feel very insecure. She started to feel very bothered about how me and you were communicating. So I don't want her to think that, me and you fuck, that we had relations, okay? And then the husband's just like, the husband don't really even know what she's talking about or even referring to, right? So then this is where I think she was even more stupid. She ends up calling Annie over. She's like, Annie, come over here. So Annie comes over there. She's just like, what are you talking to my husband about? What are you talking to my husband about? So she's just like, oh, I was just telling your husband that you're very insecure, that you was very bothered by the fact that he wanted to talk to Zari, the boss lady. Okay? I was just telling your husband that. But me and your husband too, Mr. Innocent, we never fuck. We never messed around or have relations, okay? It was you and your delusion mind, like basically making Annie look like a whole fool. Like, you embarrassing this lady in front of her husband, and you talking about y'all didn't screw and everything like that. Like, okay, I get it, but the proper thing would have been to pull her and her husband to the side and be like, hey, I know it was a whole thing or whatever of you saying that how we knew each other, but this is how we know each other, blase, all that. I don't want you to think that I had an issue with you asking that, but I just want to clarify how we know each other. That's it. That's all she had to say. She missed saying all the insecure words and all that type of stuff. That was unnecessary. And not even that. Another thing that Annie said, and I'm glad. I mean, another thing that Zadi said that I'm glad Annie didn't catch. I don't know if she did. She was just like, because Annie was just like, oh, I didn't think that you and my husband screwed. You're not his type. He likes dark-skinned women. And then Zadi's like, oh, you know what they say? They say that, the husband usually cheats with the opposite of what they like, so it would be a lighter woman. Why would you say that? Like, I'm surprised Annie didn't catch that. She probably watching back like, this stupid bitch. Because I'm telling you, like, had she caught that, that would have made Annie go even more crazy. And then to me, Two-Face just seems like a troublemaker. Like, he tries to act like he doesn't really like people's going on, but I think he knows good and that goddamn well, like, what's really going on and how everything's kind of moving and everything like that. And he knows that he likes Zari, the boss lady. I think he really does like the boss lady and didn't really want to make it obvious, but then kind of snitch on himself when he keeps asking to speak to Zari, the boss lady. So let's get to Andale's obsession for Zari. So to me, it's so awkward. And it seems like that little boy that is chasing after the cheerleader, but the cheerleader don't even really want him. And he didn't make the football team, but he's like the towel boy. That's what Andale's obsession with Zali, the boss lady, reminds me of, okay? Like, it's just like it to me it's just so awkward and just like cringe. Like I feel like they end up getting together. Zari will never like Andele. Okay, I feel like she'll never like Andele. Because to me, I feel like Zari likes flashy people. Like I feel like she likes a flash a flashy man. That's why Diamond is somebody she had kids with, because he was that flashy man who was the star and who really live like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I just don't ever see them really getting together. So let's get to DJ Naked and Zani. So he pulls Zani to the side. He was just like, okay, I want to apologize for how I acted the last time we had dinner and stuff together. Okay. I think the fact you are very dignitized. Okay. I think that is why you got so emotional at the dinner. You know, he's pointing that nerdy nut on you. I said, oh my god, you can't tell me that DJ Naked and Zani ain't messing around. Like I really think they had a past, and that's why they have such a deep brother sister relationship. That's just what I think, in my opinion, because it's not making any sense to me. Like their relationship is a little bit too emotional just to be friends, just in my opinion. So um, DJ Naked notices that that Zadi and Andale keep every time if they're at an event or like an outing, they keep going together separately out, right? So then he's just like, I think Andale and Zadi are horny people. Their confessionals to me are some of the funniest confessionals I've seen in a minute. So yeah, and then to me from the later half of the season, episode 4 through 7, and this is just a review from 4 to 5, right? Episode 4 and 5. I feel like Zani and Zadi are competing for the main girl status. Like Zani thought that she was gonna be the Beyonce, right? But then Zadi came along, and Zadi's just like, no, I am the boss lady, okay? I am the boss, okay? I am the main character, and you are Destiny Child, you are Kelly Rowland, and you are Michelle Williams, okay? Jesus say yes, I say no. Like she just gives me those vibes. Like when she got casted for the show, she was just like, no, I'm gonna be in charge of the girls. I'm gonna be in, like that main bitch or whatever. And I think Zani kind of peeped that, and that's why Zani, as you see the episodes kind of going on, which tune into my next video so we can get the finale of this series. I feel like that's when she started to peep, like, hey, this bitch trying to take my spot, and like that's just not what's gonna happen. That's what I think. So Andele had like this little event or whatever, and he invited his baby moms. His baby moms are so pretty, and I could see his type. He likes lighter skinned women or whatever, and then for them to look a certain way. So just with that, and the fact that the two baby moms were able to like be in the same room and cohabitate and everything like that, you can see the difference between Africans and like Americans, because Americans you wouldn't see that every day with a dude inviting two baby moms in one spot and they all just getting along hunky dory at a party dressed all nice. Like so that shows a cultural difference like a motherfucker. So let's get to the Zara and Ani talking at the little dinner, right? So Annie's just like, I invited Zara so we can talk out what she said about my husband. You know, this isn't somebody that, I'm dating. This isn't somebody that, that is my boyfriend. This is my husband. This is my home. Okay. So I wanted to talk to Zara to see why you do that. Why you do that? So she invites Zari. Zari comes in. Zari to me though, she's that girl. I'm sorry. Like Summer, she's trifling, don't get me wrong, but like she's like a real housewife. You get what I'm saying? She's a real housewife. So it's like she just she give me main bitch vibes. Like I fuck with it. Like I don't know, like like I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Every time her confessionals give all the little stuff that she says, it gives. Like the boss lady, like she just gives to me. And like she really made Zani like a B character when she came along. And I think Zani felt that. Like she really did. So Zani comes in, she had like this pink coat, black turtleneck, bomb as hell. She came, sat down. She was just like, how are you doing, Annie? Annie's just like, I'm good. So let's get to the point. This is why I meet with you. I wanted to know why you go to my husband and you call me over and you embarrass me in front of my husband. I wanted to know why did you do that? Why you do that? So then Jadi's just like, okay, first things first, you kept insisting. How did Mr. Innocent, Two-Face Innocent, know Zari the boss lady? And not even that, at the high tea, you asked 2 3 times, why did Innocent, not the boss lady. Okay, so this is what I want to know. Why do you care if me and Two Face and Mr. Innocent know each other? Why? Why do you care? So one thing I noticed, Zara is a good arguer. Annie couldn't really keep up with her because she did make some good points by like, hey, like he was the one asking for me, and not even that, you was the one that kept bringing it up. But Zadi, you trifling because what you did by pulling the husband to the side, that was some trifle ish in my opinion. Had she not did that and put her husband to the side, Annie just would have looked crazy and insecure. So you pulling her husband to the side just made you look bad. You should have just never said anything to the husband. To be honest, I wouldn't. I would have just been like, "Oh, like you're jealous and you're insecure. Why you think your husband know me and everything like that? I didn't sleep with him, but too bad." Like you get what I'm saying? It would have just made Annie make her look like really really crazy. So they started going back and forth or whatever. And he was just like, I think you're really delusional. And that is the reason why you don't have a husband. Okay? That is the reason why you in and out of relationships. You're not with a man right now. And then she got her good with that comment too. Zara's like, oh really? Oh really? Oh, you're such an insecure girl. You're very insecure. Look at you going back and forth. And then Annie starts to get up. She's just like, oh fuck you. You're such a dumb bitch. You're a dumb bitch. Fuck you. So she walks away and stuff. And Zadi starts going on. She's just like, fuck you and your stupid little relationship, stupid insecure little girl. You think I need a man to validate me? Stupid insecure girl. So Annie starts, she walks off or whatever. And then that basically ends the episode. In my opinion, I think really Zada won that verbal battle just because she really got her. But when Annie called her bitch and like called it, she was like, "You stupid bitch!" Like she kind of got her too. So it was like, but I still think Zada won because Zada's like she quick with it. She quick with it. To me, she's Real Housewives material. Like she would be like on the Real Housewives of Johannesburg or stuff like that. Like Bravo messed up. If they got this series before Netflix did, they messed up by not picking up this series. Because had Bravo picked this up, the numbers, the ratings, it would have came through. Like they're number 3 on Netflix right now. So just know that this series is doing numbers. So on to episode 5, right? It opens up with Zadi leaving the voicemail to Zani. She was just like, oh, she's such an insecure girl. Let me call Zani and leave her a voice note. So she's just like, oh, hi, Zani. I just met with Anne, this stupid, insecure bitch. She thinks that I'm sleeping with Two Face. That's not even my type. Like, he's so fucking. Oh, we'll talk about that later. But she's an insecure girl. She get up, call me bitch. Fuck her and her stupid little marriage. And then she gets up and leaves or whatever, right? So that basically is it. And then we end up seeing Nadia come back from her trip with Vic Mensa, right? So she was saying how, oh, Vic's treating her with dick and fruit and blase, blase, blase. Meanwhile, while she's in Africa, she's flirting with Mr. Diamond, Mr. Puffs, Mr. Cheetah Puffs on the head, like flirting with Mr. Diamond. So it's crazy because later on in the series, which I'm not going to spoil it if anybody's watching along with me, we find out something between her and Vic. So yeah. And I'm still realizing we still haven't gotten to know more about Swanky, right? Like we still haven't gotten to know more about Swanky. So I'm just like, who is he dating? Like all this stuff, his back history. So I did me a little Google search, right? In the Google search, I found out that people were saying he's allegedly gay. When I seen that, I was like, allegedly. He said what now? He said who? He said, huh? I was like, well, wait a minute. I thought he was like that kind of shocked me, whatever. But basically, there was an article I saw that he allegedly like proposed to his girlfriend, but there's all these rumors in Africa about him being like gay and stuff like that, and like he's hasn't confirmed if he has a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything like that, which is really nobody's business. But the reason why I did that Google search and kind of look more at his history, because he's the only one that we didn't get a full throughout storyline from. The only people, everybody else has their own storyline and like back history or whatever, but we didn't get one from him, right? Shoot. We didn't get one from him at all. So that's why I was curious, because I'm like, wait, how come we don't know his story at all? But we know everybody else's story. Got my laptop. I don't know why it's acting up. Okay, yeah. How come we didn't know everybody else's story? I mean, how come we know everybody else's story, but we didn't know his? So that kind of confirms it. I guess he didn't want to talk about his personal life and who he's dating. And I low key, I was thinking it too. I was just like, it's probably because whoever he's dating, he don't want to put that on TV and stuff like that. And now it makes sense. But if they come back for season 2, I'm on that storyline because they don't sign up for no reality show if you're not trying to expose your life. Which I want to see it all. You get what I'm saying? I want to see it all. And you guys probably think, oh, you're hypocritical because of the Bad Boys thing. No, that's different because it's not like another cast member was asking him that, like, oh, da, 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 da. You get what I'm saying? Like pressing him on it to come out. It's him signing up for a story for a show like this, and everybody showing their individual lives, and him not wanting to show his full life. And that to me is a little unfair because if everybody else is doing it, how if everybody else signed the same contract, right? And they're putting out their lives out there, how is it fair that he only gets to be Annie's friend and everybody's stylist and we don't know really a lot about him? You get what I'm saying? Like that to me isn't fair. So that to me is the difference between that and like the Bad Boys Club with the whole Quran and talk sexuality and nothing else. So yeah. After that, we see Zani and Zara meeting. So Zani is trying to take back her head BI bitch in charge position from Zara. So she's just like, I need to talk to Zari to see her role here. So she's just like, Zari, the reason why you were so wrong and what you did to Annie's husband, you should have told Annie's husband, why do you continue to hurt her? Why do you continue to make her insecure? Okay? And then you could see Zari starting to feel bad and she's starting to like reflect on her ways and what she did and everything like that. But then again, she still doesn't think she's fully wrong, so she's still kind of set in her ways. But like I said, I low-key don't mind because I think Zadi is like she gives to me like something about her character is I like it, I love it. So Andale and Zadi's date, they go on a date, whatever, awkward as hell. She was totally friend zone him because when she came there, she's just like, "Hi, friend," and then he's like, "Friend, that is not what I want to be. That is not what I inspire. No, don't call me friend." And then she was just like, "What do you mean? Then what are we? We are friends. What do you mean? We are friends." So that whole thing, right? You could tell if they actually get together in a serious thing, he's gonna get friend zone. He's gonna get friend zone out the ass. And then we see in the episode Swanky ends up meeting with Zadi and sort of kind of sees what's going on and everything like that. One thing I will say about Swanky, he is a loyal friend. Since the beginning of the series, he was Annie's ride or die, and he hasn't changed that up. So we gotta appreciate that about him, even though we barely know his family life or story life or anything like that. That's one thing that's good about him. He's a loyal ass friend, and he's good with the fashion, so we got to give him that. So DJ Naked and Kaylee have their little therapy session. I feel like DJ Naked has cheated on Kaylee multiple times because that whole silent treatment thing, that's very childish. You guys are not teenagers. You guys are grown-ass adults. And then DJ Naked, you got kids. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Wait, does DJ Naked? I don't think DJ Naked has kids. Whatever, they're grown-ass adults, right? So the fact that he gives her the silent treatment, doesn't talk to her and stuff like that, that gives me the vibes that he's gone out and cheated on her. And I think Kelly kind of realizes that, but he has the African bag, so she's not gonna go anywhere. So the episode ends off with Annie meeting with the boss lady and Swanky. So Swanky ends up organizing this meeting for all of them to come together. So Zadi's just like, okay, Annie, I am so sorry about what I did to your husband. Here is some flowers. I'm very sorry, Annie. I want to invite you to the train meeting. Because in the later halves of the episodes, they have a party on the train, y'all. It's like the funniest thing ever. So that happens. She gives her an apology or whatever. Annie's not even having it. When she gets there, she's on her phone. She's just like, she's scrolling through Instagram harsh too. She's scrolling through harsh. She's scrolling through Instagram harsh. She's like, so then Zadi's not even having it because she's just like, why are you coming here? And then you just scrolling through your phone. Like, you don't really seem like you want to have like a conversation, which is true. Like, she wasn't there. You feel me? She wasn't there to receive and to take in the apology. She just didn't really give a fuck. So yeah, she ends up taking the flowers, but in her confession, she's just like, you know what? Fuck Zari. She's not sincere. Okay, I'm going to take the flowers, but I don't trust her. Something like that. She says, right? So that basically ends it off. So the later half of the episodes, we end up getting to see more of that and everything like that. Like I said, this series is bomb. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bravo needs to pick it up, in my opinion, and leave the same producers. Don't switch out producers. They just need a wider audience, because I feel like Bravo will give them wider audience, because not a lot of people are going to pay for Netflix, especially now that I heard they're charging. If they see a second person on your account, they're going to charge an extra amount. Girl, ain't nobody paying for that. That's all I'm saying. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 4 and 5 of this series, and leave your comments down below.